So we are ready to dive into the last retouch for this tutorial. And we have been through this several times now with the whole process. So I think you will by now recognize a lot of the tools and a lot of the ways that we do these composites. This image is maybe my favorite from the whole series. And even though at the outset would look maybe the most complex of the four, it actually turned out to be the one that might be the easiest. Great planning, great locations that really just were stunning, and then the talent that really just looked amazing, I thought. A character that just was so intriguing and beautiful woman in Kim, so everything just came together here. Some issues between the gravel and the grass, and we're going to work on that. I ended up shooting some plates for it, but instead I ended up just blending it in there, feeling it looked fine enough to be sitting in the landscape quite beautifully. So this don't have a lot of surprises. As I mentioned when I was on location, we explored what we could add of elements. We talked about the river in the left side. We talked about larger mountains. In the end, the thing that I ended up using in building this composite that you see in front of you was really the background plate at my favorite light. We took the mountains from a little bit higher light, sort of mixing and matching, and as I mentioned then, almost painting with the different pieces. We added the cloud and I put them in. The only work that I did on them really was to use one select for Kim's body and face and then one for the dress to make it flow a little bit better. I added some grass on the right to sort of help the composition a bit, but decided not to make the mountains a lot bigger, and also decided not to add the river on the left. All those elements, that I see and think of really come to responding to what I see when I look at the location. Now, when you put the picture together and we want the focus to be on the people, adding elements might in some cases just confuse it. So in this case, we're only going to use the background plate, which is a stitch like you've seen before, the mountains, a little bit higher light, just to add a little bit more density and texture to it. At this light level, the mountains just got too blown out. And then adding the people in there. And with the measurements and the light quality that we had, everything just fell into place. So it's a little bit of an issue with the train tracks, which we talked about when we were there, having the clutter and stuff in front, but it just falls right into place, pretty much all of it. So this last one will be an easy one, and this is the way composites truly should be. When we plan it right, it all just falls into place. So we're going to run through this, hopefully not spending too much time on it. We're going to work on Kim's hair, we're going to work on his hair, we're going to add some grass here and there. So there will be some masking in this as well, but no big surprises as we dive into this. We're going to have a few different chapters to this as well. We're going to look at the captures. No surprises there really in Capture 1. Everything is processed out as the light gave us. There's absolutely no changes, and for sure nothing dramatic like we did in the conversation series. So we're just going to scroll through it so you could see some of those captures and then start building the file from the bottom up like we have done in these previous chapters. So I'll see you when we look at Capture 1.